March is the month of dance in our city, and the Vancouver International Dance Festival is on all month with all forms of dance on the roster, including a piece by Raven Spirit Dance. And choreographer Michelle Olson is here now to tell us more. Hello and welcome.
Hi.
Tell me about Raven Spirit and just what you hope to convey with this piece.
Raven Spirit Dance, we are going on to 15 years of being a company, and our goal as a company is to develop, create, and produce contemporary dance that has an Indigenous worldview. And so that's been kind of the work over the last 15 years. And with Gathering Light, we are, it's the journey of a seed growing into a flower.
Okay, so where does the Indigenous worldview come into that?
Well, where we start from is when we think of Indigenous worldview, we also think of values, the way we see the world, and how that is a part of our own process and a part of our own processing images and ideas. And also, too, we bring teachings into the rehearsal room, and those teachings hold us, traditional teachings, and they hold us in the process of discovering what we are meant to discover in the moment.
Well, that's what I'm into. You're talking about this process. You're officially the choreographer, but it sounds from what you're saying it's a little bit of a group, like a group event. Do you consult with one another? Do you say this works? Let's try this. Just explain that for me.
I think for myself as a choreographer, I create the space in the room and I have a sense of the ideas and the trajectory of the work. But everyone who comes into the room to work on the idea, the dancers and the lighting designer and anyone else who's involved, they're also a part of delving into their own sensibilities and their own bodies and understanding that material in their own way. So we do build it together. I kind of lay the foundation and we build the piece together.
I like that. So you're from the Yukon, is that right?
Yes,
So
yes.
how do you bring in that view to your work?
Well, I'm from the Trondequichin First Nation, which is out in Dawson City area. And for me, it's always been a huge source of inspiration, the land. So I make sure I go up every summer. I spend time on the land. I spend time with my family and friends. And I really just get inspired. I'm allowed to have the space and time to just settle into myself and think about things. And then things start to stir, and then that's where I get a lot of my impulses to dance and create.
I see. No, it's obvious when you're talking about it. You're just exuding this passion, which is so lovely to see. But what you've been going for 15 years now with Raven Spirit Dance. What do you see in the future?
Well, I think I've been so grateful to the company itself for supporting my own development as an artist. And it's really, I really feel like this next 15 years is really about developing other artists as well. So letting other Indigenous contemporary artists or traditional dance artists too to come into the room and create and produce work and to share their work. And also as well, I really want to start to this idea of dance just doesn't need to happen in the rehearsal room or on the theater stage, that it can happen in the community spaces and outdoors. So trying to bring that sort of aspect into what Raven Spirit does.
And what would you say, how would you describe Vancouver in terms of the dance scene, the different dance companies that are here? Is it a city that appreciates that type of movement?
I would say Vancouver is great for appreciating and supporting artists, dance artists. I know that for myself because when I moved here 20 years ago, I just was given the space to find out who I was as an artist, and so many opportunities from different organizations, Scotiabank Dance Center, Dancing on the Edge, and the Vancouver International Dance Festival. They've supported me. I think this might be my fourth piece that I'm sharing with the festival. So even to be able to be supported by all these organizations to continue to work has been so great. And I feel like that is an opportunity for a lot of dancers in town. If you really want to create your own voice and your own craft, there's a lot of organizations that are here to help the homegrown work.
That is great to hear. Michelle, enjoy the festival, and thank you so much for bringing a little bit of that Raven spirit to our studios today.
Thank you very much.
Beautiful!